Alicia Ward, and I'm here with Jafari on behalf of the Black Lives Matter 757 organization. We are here with the family of Cameron Melius, and we're going to open up the floor right now so that way they can share with you guys what exactly happened to him, what's going on with his family, and what you guys can do to help. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to his family, and they can explain to you in their words exactly what's going on. Okay, so here, and I'll actually introduce here is Cameron's mother, and here's his brother. Okay, all right, and can you just explain to us, just talk to us a little bit, because I just got this phone call. I'm here now, and I actually honestly have no idea what's going on, and what happened to your son. So it's very important for you to just be vocal and let everybody know what's going on with your son.
Okay, my son went to jail in June.
Okay.
And he was a very healthy boy, 26 years old, never been sick, never, nothing, heart trouble, nothing ever. And
okay.
He was tested when he went into the jail in June, and he was tested negative for coronavirus.
Okay.
And he told me that he was never tested again. And he was released on October 26th. And he came home to me and was home within 4 hours and passed away. And we tried everything we could to save him, and we took him to the hospital, and the police and everybody were very rude to me, because for some reason the call went in as an overdose.
Okay.
And it was not an overdose. And I tried to explain that to the police, and they wouldn't. I was not allowed to go into the room where Cameron was in a hotel room. I was not allowed to go into the room. I asked if I could go in and get my pocketbook as they were wheeling Cameron out, because I was going to try to follow right behind with my purse.
Okay.
They told me I was not allowed to go in there because it was a crime scene.
Mm.
So I kept asking the police what kind of crime just got committed in here.
Right.
And he said, well, we think it's a drug overdose. Can we search the room? I said, listen, I'm going to the hospital with my son.
Right.
I don't have time to stand here and let you search the room. It's not a drug overdose. It has nothing to do with drugs. So I've only got my pocketbook, and I came out, and I guess he went aside, and he called his lieutenant, whatever, and his lieutenant said just to leave her alone, and just go ahead, to search the room.
Okay.
So because he told me that, he said, well, if you don't give me permission, I can do it anyway.
Mm.
So I was like, well, I'm not going to stand here while you do it. I'm going to hospital with my child.
Absolutely.
So I guess his lieutenant told him just to go on and leave her alone, and it was okay. And so they did, and I went to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, I was put in a room, a little room where you could tell where your son, something wasn't right. So I was told I couldn't see him. So about an hour later, a nurse practitioner, no doctor, nothing to do with any kind of doctor, came into the room, and she informed me that my son was brain dead.
Mm.
And
that's all right. We're here for you. It's all right. It's all right. Take your time.
I don't understand what you mean by that. She said that the ventilator was helping him breathe. He was dead.
Mm.
So I went, I was told, I said, can I see him? And she said, I can't just let you hold his hand for 1 minute, and then you have to leave the room.
Mm.
I said, why? And she said, because he was tested tested positive for coronavirus.
Mm.
And I said to her, I said, well, within this hour of him being here, you tested him and it came back positive. She said yes.
Mm.
So, I said, okay. She said, well, you might as well go on home. We're going to take him up to ICU. We're going to give him 24 hours in ICU to see if he pulls through this. She said that they comatose him that night. They put him in a complete state coma from them. And so I called. Excuse me.
Basically, he didn't pass away yet. He didn't pass away when she said he did, because she made a mistake. He was just brain dead, I guess.
Okay.
He wasn't passed away yet.
She said she told me he was brain dead.
Okay.
Completely brain dead.
But still alive at that point.
He was still
okay.
On the ventilator was
Right. The ventilator was keeping him alive.
Yeah.
Yes. So she told me that they were taking him to ICU
Okay.
that night, and I said okay. I said, can I stay with him? She said no, because he's got the coronavirus. And I said, I don't care if I get the fucking coronavirus. Can I just stay with him, please? And she told me no. You have to go home and get some rest.
Okay.
Rest. So I left. They called me. She called me the next morning. I need tissue. Can you give me some tissue?
Yeah, there's tissue right beside you. Take your time.
She called you a few times at night.
Colin, where's the tissue?
It's right there. Let's get some tissue.
But anyway, yeah, she called me a couple times.
Okay, take your time. You're fine.
She, the first time we talked about taking him off the ventilator,
Okay.
she wanted to pull the plug.
Okay.
And I refused. I said, I'm not pulling plugs.
Because we didn't even know anything. We didn't have
I
any
didn't know
They haven't
information.
given you any information
Nothing.
about what happened to your son
Nothing.
and your brother.
Nothing.
Not-
And at this
Not
time,
people.
now I would have let you know at this time, I'm dealing with the same nurse practitioner
Correct.
that saw him in the ER.
Okay.
Mhm.
That's also attending to him in ICU.
Okay. Same one.
The tank.
Okay.
2 days later, the same exact.
So that doesn't make any sense
Yeah,
either.
yeah. That doesn't add up either.
So once you move in the ICU,
Never.
it's a whole different
It's a whole different
anyways.
staff.
I never talked to a
So-
doctor. I never talked to a doctor.
And this is a nurse that's not even
She's a nurse
certified for all
practitioner.
this.
Okay.
So I refused the plug pulling thing.
Okay.
So I begged her to give him 24 more hours, please. Can we just give him another day?
She really technically has to do what we say.
Mhm.
So she agreed on that. She really
Okay.
didn't want to. She was very upset about agreeing on another 24 hours. He's brain dead. He's just not going to come back. You know, he's just gone
She
this
really
quarter.
rude too.
So yeah, she was very rude to me. So at about 4 o'clock in the morning, I think it was, she called me and she said, can we do a DNR?
Okay.
I said, oh my God, like what's a DNR? She said, do not resuscitate. She said, if his heart stops, we don't think it's fair to save him. So she said, because on that time, then he's going to start suffering. So I said, no.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that yet neither. I said, I'm not. If his heart stops, you better try to save him.
In the
Absolutely.
meantime, if he's on a ventilator, why is his heart going to
And
stop?
why would his heart
Right.
stop if he's
So
on a
that's another
ventilator?
thing that's not
Just didn't
adding-
make sense.
Not
No.
adding up.
So I got a call the next morning,
Hmm.
and it was her again, same
21.
3 days later,
Okay.
he never saw a doctor, never talked to a doctor.
Talked to nobody else.
Just her.
Wouldn't let him up there.
I couldn't see him. Wouldn't let
Okay.
me around him, nothing.
Okay.
And she said, Miss Porter, I'm just calling to let you know that Cameron's heart has stopped.
And he passed away.
And he's gone.
Which
And there's nothing that we can do.
doesn't make sense. So,
Because if you're on a ventilator, why did his heart stop?
Right.
and we didn't
Especially
agree.
since you didn't sign any paperwork
Yeah,
for
we
it.
Right,
didn't
You didn't
agree
for
know.
the
on
plug.
it.
Right.
I
We didn't
signed
agree
You're
on
not
the,
or the
do
plug.
not
You didn't
protect
agree on
I
system.
anything.
signed nothing. I never even went to the hospital. I never even got
Okay.
to see my son.
Yeah, we didn't sign no paperwork saying.
I
do
saw
not
him for 1
resuscitate
minute.
all that.
In
Okay.
the
Okay.
In the middle of that, you're fighting with the jail.
Mhm.
They're trying to
So
figure
let's
out what's going on.
let's definitely move over to the Virginia Beach jail.
Yeah.
Let's let the world know and everybody that's watching know where do you think your son contracted you said your son had came out of the jail and 4 hours later.
He definitely
Right.
contracted it at Virginia Beach.
So your son
jail.
contracted the coronavirus at the Virginia Beach jail.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes, and he was very sick with it.
Do you think that he got any assistance at the Virginia Beach jail before he
No.
was released? They
No.
never tested him. They never
No.
did anything to help him.
No,
Okay.
they're not doing anything to help any of them until I made a big stake
Right.
because they have not been tested since June.
Right.
Okay, so
So
With
there's
my-
there's other inmates right now in the Virginia Beach jail that could be suffering from the coronavirus, could be positive, could be suffering with other health issues. And they
Well,
haven't
right
been-
now they
There's
are
100
sitting at
of them.
100
Yeah.
people.
There's 100
so there's
already,
an outbreak.
okay.
So,
over 100.
I want to bring this
Okay.
to the people's attention that there's 100 individuals as of right now in Virginia Beach with it, and there's 90 individuals in Chesapeake. Since the coronavirus has taken over, these jails have been, for lack of better words, lackluster when it comes to the care and the aid of individuals. Who they leave their aid to and their medical staff is not up to par with anything whatsoever what the coronavirus is to be dealt with. As far as testing, there's been multiple reports of guards not wearing the mask in the Virginia Beach City Jail, them not allowing inmates to shower or do proper hygiene, being forced to clean their own quarters with their own hands with no gloves or anything of that nature. And so this is a privately owned jail, and we're going to have to penetrate and go directly into here to find out what's going on. We need everybody to contact the city council. We need everybody to contact the actual sheriff's office and
Absolutely.
the attorney general, because that's who is controlling what's going on in here. The sheriff and knowing that they're in their family ties with the Commonwealth attorney, that generates a conflict of interest. So we definitely have to make sure that we are exploiting every single inch of these conflicts of interest and bringing forth whole that Virginia Beach is pretty much the most corrupt city in Virginia Beach, point blank period, when it comes to the jailing system, to how you get to jail in the first place, to the over-sentencing judicial system that keeps you in their bars, which is creating an adverse a generation of revenue. They only give you 3 meals, or pretty much 2 meals a day. They give you breakfast at the crack of dawn, 4 o'clock in the morning, alongside a sandwich that you're supposed to eat for lunch, and then you get your dinner at 3 o'clock p.m. So that's going to force you to pay money into their system, because you're going to be hungry from 3 o'clock p.m. until 4 o'clock a.m. You're going to get hungry. Any person, that's an entire 12 hours. So in case you buy into their canteen system, buy into their cell phone system, buy into their iPad system, it's all corruption, and this all comes down to the money. They make so much money out here at this resort city. They make so much money on parking. They make so much money on taxes, and they don't give a damn about the people. So the time is for right now. We have to take this situation and share this with as many people as you can.
Absolutely.
If you have a friend in the jail or a family member in the jail, we need you to share your story with us. We need to bring all this to a whole. Was there anything that was left out with?
Yeah. Anything you would like to tell the audience? What do you think is important for everybody to know
I also
for your
have
son,
another
Cameron?
son. I also have another son that's in there right now,
Okay.
who is telling me horror stories
Yes.
Okay.
about what's going on in there, and he's scared to death. He knows his brother just died from the coronavirus, which he caught in jail.
Okay.
So now Cody's really, really scared to get it too. And
Okay.
I've contacted his attorney to see if he can get out. He's scheduled to get out in February, so I'd like to try to get him out now.
Right.
Yeah.
And we spoke to the fact that the coronavirus was detected in him months ago, and it formulated into pneumonia, which
Yes.
ultimately led to his suffocation, what led to the incident right here in the first
Right.
place.
Yes.
Is that
Exactly.
great?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happened.
So, like I said,
He
when
literally
it sits
suffocated
and
the whole-
manifests, that's just why I elevated to this issue. So, if it was, accepted and, I had the experience myself. I was in Virginia Beach City Jail, if only for 12 hours, being arrested for a peaceful protest. I was able to see that the guards do walk around in there with no mask. I was able to see, just in that short amount of time, different types of things that should or shouldn't be going on. We also have reports of individuals sleeping on the floor, which is illegal. You can't have individuals sleeping on the floor in the jail, despite it being privately owned. So we need everybody to share this out. Anybody with any type of information, please email blacklivesmatter757@gmail.com or inbox us directly. We need as many people on this as possible. From here, is funeral arrangements, or how are we with taking the next step as far as that?
Yeah. How can people help? How would
How
you,
can
would
somebody
you
help
guys,
right now?
that people who are watching at home that want to assist this family, this is going to be, this is one of many who are now suffering, and is now a victim from the Virginia Beach jail.
What are you worried about out there?
How can you, is there anything that the audience can do or anybody that can do now to help your family as you guys unfortunately go through this
I am a single
torturous time?
mom with
Okay.
3 boys. I've struggled hard all my life to take care of them.
Okay,
And of course, things happen sudden like this.
Absolutely.
This is very unexpected to me.
okay,
And I had to put out quite a bit of money. We had Cameron cremated.
okay,
And we had a big, Cameron worked at the vape store, like the cigarette vape things.
Yes.
He was really, really good at it. He'd blow the smoke and blow it back in, and he just was, it
right,
was amazing when he did with
right,
that
very
stuff.
passionate, yeah,
Oh God, yes. For
Okay.
5 years.
okay,
So, we had a candlelight vigil at the store for him.
okay,
And the boss, Ayal, his name he went to his knees when he found this out. Cameron was the best,
okay.
So,
Have you guys started a GoFundMe or anything of that such where people can reach out?
we did.
Can you tell everybody what's the name of the GoFundMe so people do
The news channel took it down.
the
Well, we
channel?
can share the link.
Okay, well we'll go ahead and we'll make sure that we share the link to the GoFundMe,
information,
so that way you guys can directly help this family with the loss of their son from the coronavirus from the
Do you
Virginia
remember
Beach
what it
City
was,
jail.
Colin?
We'll share the link.
We'll
guys.
research the link. Like I said, we'll put it right into
We'll make sure that we
this
add that.
description. But again, if everybody could, like I said, please share this out and continue to keep this family in your prayers. We're
Definitely
going to
continue to
continue
pray.
to try to, like I said, right now, start making calls towards the jail. Like I said, please inbox and share this out, and we will be sharing any type of way you can help this family and families in the future. Peace and blessings to all.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
guys
Thank you so
for
much.
everything. What I'll do now is let me put my mask back on.